everyone, and welcome back. As always, we're back again.
Hi.
We're going to be watching more of the Clone Wars.
Clone Wars.
We are going to go in a different order this time. Okay. We're going to go in the chronological order. So we usually go by release order, but we've had high demand to actually watch it in chronological. And usually I'll put a poll up to, vote to see which way we're going to go. Yeah. Release always wins. But in this case, because there's so many time jumps, and with Star Wars, it's a very complicated history with a lot of awesome characters and stuff, we don't want to get confused. I think we've been doing fine so far. We watched the first 5 episodes of the released episode. So actually episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But now we're going to watch season 2, episode 16. So I'm just going to say 2:16. I have the chronological way here. This is supposed to be less confusing. Many of you have asked us to do it this way, so we're going to try it out and see. I know there's a ton of episodes, and this one's called Cat and Mouse. Oh, so we'll see if you understand this one better. Again, we were understanding the other one, and we did meet, of course, as you guys discussed a while ago, that we did meet Plo before, and he actually died in Revenge of the Sith. Remember when all those Jedi died?
Yeah, that was terrible.
It was awful. It was so sad.
Yes,
and
right.
I kind of thought that was him because I remember seeing that kind of character, but I couldn't remember if they said his name or not as Plo. And again, I do that with a lot of shows where I'll say the name right or wrong, and then I'll say it right, and then vice versa again until I'm like, okay, until it actually sinks in. But I think during that same review a while ago, I was like, Plo, then Plow, then I went back to Plo, and I'm like, oh my god, and I get it when I'm editing, and I'm like, why do I keep changing names? I did the same with the Dragon Prince with Callum. I'm like, Calum, Calum, Calum,
Tomato, I
hero.
Tomato.
Haru, yeah, Haru. But yeah, so we're liking it, and I want to see more of Ahsoka. She's my favorite so far, and again, I like seeing Anakin and Obi-Wan together, and we did see Padme as well.
Right.
Padme was cool. Yeah, so let's get into it. Cat and Mouse. It sounds like a chase episode or something, right? Or just mess with you episode.
Yes, for sure.
Because that's what cats and mice do together for the most part. But it's a different day and age, so who knows? Maybe we get along as our best pals.
Yeah, you never can.
And it's literal. All right, so Cat and Mouse. You guys ready?
We're ready.
Ready.
Yeah.
A wise leader knows when to follow.
That's very true.
Impenetrable defense. Ships,
I love these intros.
I know, never gets old, and he's still going on in season 2.
Jedi Knight Anakin Skywalker must break the impasse. Separatist forces have overrun our position.
Oh, I liked him.
Yeah.
And we're out of food, water, and munitions.
Master Kenobi better get here soon, or this is gonna be one short rescue mission.
You can tell the animation's already better in this.
Yeah.
This isn't gonna be easy.
I like the look of
like
that.
a bird.
It's like a bird.
Like a
falcon.
Yeah.
Fire all forward cannons.
Ooh. It's like a spider.
Oh my gosh.
Ships.
General, a Republic cruiser is coming out of hyperspace behind us.
Obi-Wan.
Looks like General Skywalker's already engaged the enemy.
That's nothing out of the ordinary.
Yeah, right.
Oh, with the eyes.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, shit.
Anakin, I want you to withdraw. I brought a new toy that might give us an advantage.
With respect, General, now might not be a bad time to regroup.
Tell the
Okay.
transports to fall back to Obi-Wan's position. I hope Obi-Wan knows what he's doing.
He usually does.
Yeah.
Wow, it's all over.
Nice.
I know. Just such a crazy array of chaos.
We are escaping with the cannons reset to a full charge.
The cannons.
The enemy will soon return, and we shall be
Ooh.
ready.
Yeah.
I like how he
I
strokes that like it's a
appreciate
beard.
Well, here I am. Tell me about this new weapon.
2 steps forward and you'd actually be kissing it.
Oh. Ow.
It's a stealth shell.
Cool. That would have been a funny prank.
yeah.
Look at that, so pointy.
Yeah,
Some
it is.
trick?
This is the first real field test.
That's encouraging.
I figured you'd be up to the challenge.
Sometimes it's
So,
gotta be first.
I can move in undetected.
I need you to run a mercy mission down to the planet's surface.
We don't need the whole fleet. I can do this myself.
Anakin, slow down and do what I tell you.
He's so
It's more
confident.
important to save lives than destroy ships.
Always defiant. I don't wanna.
Crossing those arms.
Perfect
Ooh,
emblem
Look at
for
this
him.
emblem.
Speeder.
Impossible. I believe the opposing commander is none other than Admiral Trench.
Wasn't he vaporized at the Battle of Malastair and Arrows?
That's what I thought too. The last time I saw that symbol, let's just say I lost a lot of good men that day. He tore our ships apart. We barely escaped with our lives. Trench's ship was destroyed, and we assumed he went down with it. If it is indeed Trench, he will come for us. I am volunteering my services as consultant, General.
Welcome aboard.
Hurry up, Rookie. We're leaving. You'll be sitting right across from me, where I can keep an eye on you until you're up to speed. Everyone's on board. We are go.
The coolest pencil ever.
Yeah.
I know. It's so sharp.
Sleek.
Could be an arrow.
Going silent intent. System
Cool. Like full on invisible.
Oh,
Oh, so close.
had no idea.
If you get any closer, they may not need scanners to know we're here.
Relax. Hey, you wanted to come on this ride.
We need to add some pressure on those who are sent to rescue our enemies. Christophsis.
He's a cool design though.
Use the hyena bombers to hit
Hyena
bombers.
on the surface.
Oh, hyenas, they're sounding like
Oh, those
it.
things are weird.
Whoa.
We have incoming bombers with fighter escort.
They work best in a pack.
We've got torpedoes and anti-aircraft cannons, sir. But we'd have to decloak to use either.
And if they don't know we're here, that would give our position away pretty quickly.
5,000. 4,000.
Stay cloaked. Power everything else down. Let her drift.
They're going to hit us!
500.
It was loud.
They're heading for Bail Organa in the command center. They're going to bomb it!
Oh, man.
Oh, jeez.
Get me General Kenobi!
Help us, General Kenobi. You are only hope.
We're all only
Famous last
hope.
words.
That's right.
I will engage Trench's fleet with the ships I already have.
General Kenobi, with all due respect, you do not have the resources to engage Trench openly.
I want those supplies on the surface now.
Don't worry, I'm on it.
Like he taught
so
Ahsoka.
Yes.
All the rules to a certain
Holding
extent.
position.
Prepare to decloak on
My command. Prep torpedo tubes 1 through 4. Fix range on Trench's command ship.
I thought we were on a relief mission.
All I want is for Trench to think about us instead of the people on the planet below. It's time to introduce ourselves.
Activate the turbochargers.
Surprise.
Something odd is going on.
Lock on to primary target. Disengage cloaking device.
Surprise. Holy.
Activate the shields.
Quickly, quickly, quickly. Boom.
No, you're supposed to go.
Your puny torpedoes are
My
no
puny.
match for my thermo shields.
Recloaking in 9, 8.
Fire!
4, 5, 3, 2, 2, 1. 2, 1.
I don't know.
Crap.
Prep the flares.
Especially in space.
Gonna be
You're screwed.
trouble.
Nice.
Ooh.
It's all the missiles.
Jeez.
So they're a crappy
Black
shot,
powder
huh?
gun just everywhere.
They're good pilots, or both. He likes doing that.
We have learned something.
I'm infatuated with
No
myself.
clone could successfully fly through that many lasers. Open frequency.
There's an open communication signal coming from the enemy.
Now that they know we are here, what's your plan?
I'll think of something, Admiral. In the meantime, I've got Trench right where I want him.
There's a transmission on the open frequency. It's the enemy.
Hello, ugly.
I am Admiral Trench. I appreciate your decision to face me ship to ship, to play this little game. You have an impressive new vessel. Your technology will not save you, and your friends on the planet below shall perish as a result of your failure. Turn back now, or I am your doom.
Fly swatter.
Yeah, right. Get a big fly swatter.
Ship before.
The Jedi will not turn back as you request, Admiral.
That's what I'm thinking.
I do not expect him to. This Jedi chose to attack.
You were right, Admiral. There are records of Trench's battles. He used tracking torpedoes to hit the ship somehow, whether it was cloaked or not. Might I remind you that this was not your mission?
You might. Admiral, prepare to disengage cloaking device and fire.
Disregarding my boss.
Fire!
Lock us onto that ship's magnetic signature.
Ooh, he was right.
Arm tracking torpedoes and fire on my command.
But we cannot fire unless we lower our shields.
Lower shields and fire!
Good
Lower
point.
shields.
How long will the shields be down for?
Okay.
But they're locked onto our magnetic signature.
See?
Took the bait.
He took the bait, so he knows.
Divert all power to the engines.
The shields are still recharging.
Yeah, it's a huge
He
weakness.
did it. Oh,
Oh,
look at his eyes.
His eyes
With
are really
big eyes.
big.
Ooh, it's
Bye-bye.
crazy too.
Whoa.
Wow.
Nice, good deal.
You did.
Whoa.
Bye.
Good job, Anakin.
We're beginning our attack on the Separatist fleet. I'll be delivering the supplies to the surface, Master.
Master.
Smiling but shaking his head like, okay, now you're being like polite and like my student.
Looks like you're now officially part of the crew. Thanks, Commander.
Aw, that's nice.
Well, looks like we make a pretty good team. Well, you'll find I like to do things differently from time to time.
Indeed.
So I wonder if he is the narrator. He kind of sounds like
It
him.
does sound like
Does
the
sound like
narrator.
him. Yeah, it does. Hey.
So this was different because, again, we're watching out of the actual release order. We're watching in the chronological order. So I like this episode. I really
That's
noticed
good.
right
Yeah.
away the animation was very different. You know, it was
Yes,
smoother.
I
We
did
still had the
too.
sharp angles, but they the shading and the darkness around like their eyes and stuff was definitely a lot smoother.
Yeah, and I like
his
Trench.
look.
Trench was a pretty
Interesting.
Yeah, I agree. I
villain.
think there's a lot of energy in this too. We
God.
did see a lot of movie characters, and we saw Organa, and
Yeah.
of course that's Leia's adopted father,
That's right.
and so this is leading up to the movie that we already saw.
Okay.
So I could tell by
Right.
where they were and stuff, and that's where the big battle took place in the movie. So I was like, oh yeah, you know. So it's kind of cool. I do like it. Like this is the first episode we've seen that's in the order of timeline. So I think this will be maybe easier to follow for us. I'm sure we will be introduced to characters I've heard where we're introduced in an episode we haven't seen yet, and then they'll just show up in here at some point. But hopefully it'll be easy enough to follow, and I'm sure you guys will let us know as well.
Yeah, let us know.
What a name, Trench, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
Trench, yeah.
I love how so many aliens, of course, they look humanoid like us with different appendages and stuff and different colors, but then they have like these actual animal type aliens. We did watch The Mandalorian, and it's funny to compare the two because in this world, it's just funny how a lot of things are influenced by humans and by our animals. So here we have like this tarantula type aliens, and he looks like a spider. Like he has many arms, like one has all the eyes, and then those like fang things.
Oh yeah,
And his noise.
I know, I kept doing that.
Like a rabbit.
I kept like stroking the fang or whatever
Yes,
it was.
like
Like it was a
I
beard
have a-
or a mustache.
yes.
Yes. Like, he was like so obsessed with it. He was just like,
himself.
he was a cool character though. I liked the design and everything. And apparently he's very intimidating, or was. He caused a lot of damage in the past. He killed a lot of people.
Right, and Anakin beat him at his own game.
Yeah. Anakin's good that way. And like he was saying in an episode we recently saw, and I know again we're watching out of order, but how he was telling Ahsoka that you want to follow the rules, but you kind of bend the rules at the same time to get what you want. He kind of outright told Obi-Wan that, no, I'm going to do it this way. Like, there's no way your plan's going to work. We have to do it this way. And Obi was trying to be authoritative towards him and be like, no, you got to do it my way.
Right, you got to get the supplies there, yeah.
I always love their interaction and everything.
Such a rebel.
Always
and the
such
way
a
he has his arms crossed, That's Osaka was like that too.
Yeah, Ahsoka. Yeah, she was.
I'm sorry.
No,
Ahsoka
we'll get the
was like
names.
that too.
Yes.
But yeah,
The
she was
arms
like
crossed,
that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very,
yeah.
matter of fact, and a little reluctant.
Two
to
peas
go
in a
along.
pod.
Yeah.
That's it.
So again, this is before Ahsoka, as we realized, because it's before the movie, and that's when she was introduced to Anakin.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of fun to see that. So yeah, I do like watching it in this order. I think it'll be easier for us to follow.
Great.
I like the energy in it.
Yeah.
I still laugh with all the lasers. I keep calling them missiles or whatever. All the lasers just going off,
spraying everywhere.
spraying.
Yeah.
And I know that they're Jedi, and
Like a
even
powdered
it's not just their own actions. They can like pilot and stuff and still dodge lasers.
Yeah.
But there was just so many that's like holy crap. But we've seen awesome battles with their lightsabers, and they're like deflecting all the
And the
lasers
colors
going
are
their way.
different, right? The bad guys are red.
Yeah.
I like that they simplify it that way, so it's easier to see instead of like who's firing. Although you can look at the ship, but it's like it's chaos. It's massive chaos. That's so many lasers. Like it just takes one to kill you, to blow up a ship, and it's like 50 million going off at once. And here you have Anakin like, we got this. But he's an awesome Jedi, so it's neat to see that cat and mouse.
That's
Hence
right.
the episode name.
Exactly. It was perfect. And I like the way the clones were talking amongst each other. Like, oh, if you work under General Anakin, it's totally different. You're not going to get exactly what you're supposed to when you get a mission.
No, I like that. I love the clones again. And again, I know there's all different types of clones. There's all different kinds, the same people. But it's funny, like, because when you hear their voice, I kind of get excited. I'm like, I recognize him. I'm like, oh, wait, no, they just have similar voices or the same voice.
Clones,
And then you see the face paint or the actual armor paint, and I'm like, okay, who's that? But yeah, I like how good they are to each other because they're all people still. And even though they're clones, they're still people. So I like how they keep showing us that they're individuals, they're not the same person, and working under Anakin, it's like you're always playing the offensive, But he seemed like he was very proud of that. Like he's like, okay, well, we'll just wing it and go with the flow, and hopefully we'll survive this.
Exactly.
Again, I really like the animation in this one, and with Anakin too, I just realized like the features look a lot better on him too. Mm-hmm. So I'm curious how Ahsoka looks.
I like the way
season
they were speaking too, especially the Admiral.
I kept staring at him
Oh
when he
my
was telling
God,
the story about Trench and how he's like, oh, when I saw that emblem before, the logo before, a lot of my men died. And the whole time I'm getting drawn into this conversation because he's so serious. And I kept watching his mouth. I'm like, the animation's pretty good there,
Right.
The detailing was a lot better, too, on his face as well. I heard that the animation gets better as we go forward, but now that we're kind of jumping and just staying in the actual timeline order, I'm sure we'll see differences maybe as we go forward. So I'm going to keep this list with me, and I'm going to cross off every single one that we are done with, because now it's going to be weird to label them and have to figure that out to be like, okay, well, here's episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're jumping to season 2, so I'm going to have the episode title, and then maybe I'll just label the first number of the actual order we're watching in just to keep it as easy as possible. We'll find out. I know there's a ton of episodes with this. Eventually, we may go to 2 episodes a week. A lot of you have been so kind and telling us about there's a ton of episodes, and it's going to take us a very long time to catch up, like with everything else we watch. And there's so many shows that people do ask for us to do twice a week. And again, in the past, we tried doing that with something, and then everyone's like 3 or 4 times a week, come on. And I've heard from other reactors that no matter how much you try to do more, no one's satisfied. Like, I'm sure a lot of you will be, but a lot of times they're not satisfied, and then we're just worked to the extreme where we get exhausted. We want to enjoy what we watch. But with this, the episodes are shorter than an hour show. So maybe eventually we can do 2 episodes. But right now we're just going to do 1. But right now we're maxed out and we're loving it. And Clone Wars is great. Yeah. I love the helmet back there too. We have to wear that next time. I also want to thank you guys for being so respectful, because I know the Star Wars universe is so grand. There's so much that goes on. It's so complicated. And I know a lot of you will say, well, it's not that hard to follow, but others get it because we are still novice in it. We still saw the movies and everything, but we don't do research, and we've only seen the movies once. We watch a ton of other stuff. We love The Mandalorian, and then this is really good too, but there's a lot of details that we do miss because I know there's all other kinds of shows out there. Probably comic books, games, all kinds of stuff out there.
We don't live and breathe it, so we don't.
So we really do rely on you guys a lot too. Like, we know the basics of everything and the characters we've already met, and the planets too. Like, we do recognize a lot of the planets, like Tatooine and stuff. But sometimes, like, sometimes we can let something slide or just forget. So I'm glad you guys are really just nice about it and let us know. And being positive and respectful can go a long way. Rarely we ever get anything negative, but when we do, it's just not worth commenting on because some people just want to just
take
be
out
mean,
our
just to be
lasers and
mean.
laser it.
And laser it. We're gonna laser that
Right.
comment. Pew 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 pew.
We do what we did to Trench.
But yeah, so I would say 98% of you are just amazing. We are really
That's
lucky
right.
on our channel. We have a lot of
Okay.
supportive, very wonderful, kind fans. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
That makes us want to just keep doing this. You know, we just enjoy it anyways. But you know, feeling good and having fun and helping others too, because I know a lot of you have told us a lot of wonderful, kind things about your life and how we help you get through certain things. Family passing away or just PTSD in certain areas, depending on what you went through. So that means so much to us that we can help people like that, you know? And we all have fun together. Like, it's always great. And it's good. Like, we really have fun together.
It's good for us, too.
Yeah.
For us.
Good bonding time for us.
Heartwarming.
Heartwarming. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you very soon as always.
Bye.
Bye guys. May the force be with you. I can't help it. I have to say it.